we're continuing the games here at the Quezon Province at the Quezon Convention Center para sa inyong Hardika Pilipinas Volleyball Association Season 2. We are at the first day of back-to-back triple-header game days para sa araw na ito as Sam Cantada leading the Dasmariñas City Monarchs still in an undefeated manner kontra sa kanilang makakalaban para sa araw na ito. It's Celine Dagarat and the rest of the Marikina Lady Shoe Masters looking to finish things strong. It is quite understandable that they are no longer gonna be making it into the playoffs, but an upset is what they dream of, and it is a possible imminent situation as the Monarchs face the Lady Shoe Masters in the second match of today. My name is Hans Galeria, this is Jong Panerio, and we will also be joined by Fiona Bacani later on at courtside. Jong, kani-kanina lamang napaganda kagad ang dayo natin dito sa Quezon.
Definitely. Yet, ngayon nga, this might be a different story, Hans, because for Dasma, this is not much of a bearing for Dasmariñas as they are tuning up to gear up for the semis. But for Marikina, of course, they want to wrap up the season with a graceful finishing touch.
You know, it's still not over for Dasmariñas to be specific. As we take a look at the recent matchup, kamakailan lang, it was Dasmariñas proving to be the better team in their first round matchup. At kung sakali na makikita natin kung ano yung pinagkaiba talaga nila, it was just them focusing on dominance, yung kanilang programa na nanaig kontra sa Marikina.
And I must say, I think for Dasmariñas, the numbers says it all, Hans. The numbers says it all. They're really very dominant, not only with Marikina, but I think for the rest of the squads here in the MPVA. Dominant on attacking, blocking, and aces. They're so perfect. They're immaculate. So let's see if they can continue that in the remaining matches here this season.
There were some errors though na nakumit nitong Dasmariñas kung saan nanalo doon ang Marikina. So maybe that's a note that Dasmariñas could still work on moving forward. Pero may ibabalik naman natin dun sa kanilang pagkapanalo. The queen of the court that asserted her dominance on this volleyball arena that we have right now is Escanlar, contributing so much para sa Dasma.
And you know, for Escanlar contributing with a team, with a pool, with a roster full of powerful attackers, that 18 big points is really big considering that you still have other formidable attackers. But Escanlar, for me, not at all to fight outside either, but also very good on defense. And I think what makes her set apart from other spikers na meron itong Dasma.
I feel like we're gonna see more of Myrtle Escanlar in this one as some of the stars are gonna be sitting this one out, thus giving more minutes para doon sa mga manlalaro that get limited opportunity to showcase what they can do here. But speaking of those as well, we have sa kupunan naman ng Marikina Lady Shoe Masters, a silver lining in spite of their losing streak was Sheena Chopitea dealing damage with 6 points.
And also for Chopitea, I mean, more than the points that she brings for Marikina, the leadership, the experience that she had during her collegiate days in UP. And I think for Marikina, with the young roster that Marikina have right now, the experience of Chopitea, they could actually hold on to that experience and put a fight here contra Dasma.
Yeah, unfortunately, Sheena is not suited up and she is not going to be with her team right now. So somebody else, that's the next woman up mentality para sa kanilang kupunanan. You can get to watch this game along with the others as you can catch all the games live and free exclusively on pusoop.com. Your game, your community. Join now. Also powered by Smart, the official telco partner of the MPVA. Special thanks to our media partners Smart Sports and Puso Pilipinas. We have seen all throughout what Dasmariñas can do, so there is no question for that already. Pero para sa Marikina, what do they have to do in such short amount of time to at least make this a fight?
Well, they need to enjoy this. This might be their last game here in the season. They need to enjoy para lumabas yung laro nila. So I'm so excited how Marikina will wrap up their game here in the MPVA.
This is the clash of two teams full of youth. It's Dasmariñas going up against Marikina. Magbabalik po ang MPVA.
Projects, plans, play, game! With Smart Only 5G, valid for 3 days. Tuloy, tuloy, tuloy. Simply reliable for only 85 pesos. With Smart, load now!
Kick Mobile. Download the Kick app. Choose your number. Activate the eSIM and own the country's first ever customizable mobile experience. Stay first in line for network priority. Kick Mobile. Download now.
Only projects, plans, play, games! With Smart Only 5G, valid for 3 days. Tuloy, tuloy, tuloy. Simply reliable. For only 85 pesos. With Smart, load now.
Kick Mobile. Download the Kick app. Choose your number. Activate the eSIM and own the country's first ever customizable mobile experience. Stay first in line for network priority. Kick Mobile. Download now.
Only projects, plans, play, games! With Smart Only 5G, valid for 3 days. Tuloy, tuloy, tuloy. Simply reliable. For only 85 pesos. With Smart, load now.
Kick Mobile. Download the Kick app. Choose your number. Activate the eSIM and own the country's first ever customizable mobile experience. Stay first in line for network priority. Kick Mobile. Download now.
Presenting our officials for match number 52. First referee, Mr. Lawrence Unida. Second referee, Mr. Spinks Kabusa. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. The games continue here at the Quezon Convention Center in Lucena City. This is the second season of Manny Pacquiao's Marikina Pilipinas Volleyball Association ang Liga para sa lahat. It's the second game of our Saturday triple header between the Dasmariñas City Monarchs and the WCC Marikina Lady Shoemasters. It's now time to meet the starting lineups for both teams. First, for the Dasmariñas City Monarchs. Played by team captain, setter number 3, Abi Pono. Middle blocker number 7, Jin Jacob. Outside hitter number 12, Sam Gandada. Middle blocker number 16, Rochelle Mahamonde. Outside hitter number 21, Myrtle Escandar. Opposite hitter number 23, Merlin Cerneche. And their starting libero is number 20, Icy Cepada. The coach for the Monarchs is Regine Diego. Now let's meet the starters for the WCC Marikina Lady Shoemasters. Led by team captain, outside hitter number 8, Jet Martinez. Opposite hitter number 1, Shanali Pale. Outside hitter number 3, Celine Nagaran. Number 6, Liam Linguaje. Setter number 9, ang Christian Lero. Middle blocker number 19, Eloy Palmedina. And their starting libero is number 13, Carla Concepcion. The coach for the Lady Shoemasters is Revi Pioquinto.
It's the battle of the youngsters ng ating dalawang teams para sa Dasmariñas. It's Pono, Bahamonde, Jacob, Cantada, Escanlar, Cerneche, at Cepada. Para naman sa Marikina, it's Lero, Balmedina, Palek, Martinez, Lenguaje, Dagarat, at si Concepcion. Dasmariñas missing the services of Celine Marsh and Vange Alinsug, but I don't think they're missing on talent here dahil ito yung mga up-and-coming youngsters na posible nating makita in the collegiate ranks that will be making their names heard, if not already, here in the
Yes.
MPVA.
And I think tama ka dyan, Hans. Dasma is showing us a glimpse on what to expect on their collegiate tournament. So let's see if Marikina can give a worthy fight here to the undefeated Dasma.
Abigail Pono is the acting captain of this team in the absence of Vangeline Sug with the squad. Lenguaje, in addition, has also been a huge contribution to what they want, but the first attack coming from Rachel Bahamonde will be a miss.
And here for Marikina, you know, they need to play without any pressure. I mean, they don't need to prove to everyone that they can, but they just need to enjoy. I mean, I think this is the second to the last match this season, so they just need to enjoy. And just like that, an ace here for Marikina.
That was Eloy Balmedina getting her first point in this game in Marikina with a 2-0 start contra sa Dasmariñas, and we're currently wondering more about how they can even contribute. And for this young of a squad, this is an ideal scenario, right? For you to get some reps against a squad like this. Cerneche getting her first point.
Of course, Cerneche, you know, what makes me so excited about Dasma is the improvements and the lesson and the takeaways that Cantada, Herlin, Cerneche, and Dailisan had during their stint in Bahrain. So let's see now if they can translate those experiences here in this match contra Marikina.
Tall order para sa Lady Shoe Masters. But they are standing their ground in the first 2 points that they have had. Martinez gets a point para sa Marikina.
And I like what I'm seeing right now, Hans and Marikina. They're enjoying, they're celebrating each and every single point that they have in this match. So I think that is very important. The mental fortitude, the character, especially if you're going to the undefeated team like Dasma.
And they are currently at the lead as we speak. This will be a free ball awarded to Dasma. Bono gives it to Cerneche for another point.
And Cerneche, what an approach. What an approach from the opposite. You know exactly the intention of Cerneche to hit that ball really hard. It's so nice. We have to see it twice, Hans.
You're talking about the future here. We haven't even seen Sam Cantada get a touch on the ball just yet.
Yeah.
It has been all Cerneche. An attack from Dagarat will not be enough as a block is successful para sa Dasmariñas.
And itong si Jacob, you know, even during her high school days, I've noticed that she's not the tallest of a middle blocker, but grabe yung timing nito sa bola. She also has a very good leaping ability, so do not underestimate her.
Jenalyn Jacob gets her first point of this game. Now there's a soft touch off speed mula kay Dagarat. An attack mula kay Escanlar is gonna miss. And that's another error para sa Dasma. Marikina takes the lead.
I mean, you always see Escanlar with so much clutch pag pumapalo talaga. Unfortunately, on that attempt, medyo mababa yung contact sa bola.
Here's Escanlar yet again. Martinez was there. Lenguaje. Cepada finds the hole. And that goes wide yet again. But Escanlar got a shot off the blockers. So this is an advantage that they have.
What I understand though, if you're confident that there is no touch, well, sometimes kasi not arguing with the first referee, it will somehow help you to be more composed.
On to the next point.
Yeah.
Cerneche, one of the solid servers of this team so far. What a find from Lenguaje. Just not enough angle to it from what we're looking at.
Well, good intention. I mean, despite na outside yung drop down ng Lenguaje, but you see na nag-iisip. You see na alam ni Lenguaje kung saan dadalhin yung bola. It's not just too much muscle, but you see the intention is right.
Like, you know, how the next point is going to look like.
Yes.
And how they want it. Marikina very decisive. Martinez targeted by the service line. And there it goes. An attack. Mula kay Celine Dagarat as she gets her first point.
And Dagarat, you owe half the point to the very good reception doon ni Martinez. Pangalawang beses na, Cerneche serving so hard and Martinez receiving it as if napakagaan ng bola na binigay ni Cerneche.
Neck and neck are these two teams. Here's Escanlar.
Oh!
Too much power. Even Palek cannot avoid it.
Well, good thing that Palek was able to hide herself on that hit. Good clutch talaga dito always for Escanlar.
It was a hit. Dasmariñas now holds the lead. And here is where Escanlar can do damage.
Oh!
That's miscommunication from Lero and Balmedina. Just can't find anything here. Dasmariñas now building up.
Ako yung nangihinayang doon. Ang ganda ng first ball ni Martinez. Halos di na gumalaw si Lero to set that ball.
Martinez again, holding things down. Lero unable to dish it to Dagarat. Bridget there again. And that goes outside once more. You hear the voices of Dasmariñas every time there's a point and attempt.
In all fairness here, while our second referee, first referee trying to verify things here with our second referee, you see, there you go. I think their intention is successful to get a touch there.
And there was indeed a touch. So that point is going to go to Liam Lenguaje. The first technical timeout is going to be delayed. A total of 4 have already contributed para sa kanilang koponan. Cantada. Received by Concepcion. That's off speed. I didn't know if she meant that, but hey, it still works.
Yes, well, let's see on the replay if it is a miss hit or if that is really, I think it was a miss hit, but a point is still a point and Lenguaje will take that point.
Still smiling after that. And that's the perfect way that you want to see this Marikina team. No pressure, all poise. But that was Jacob taken over in that last possession to give a point para sa kupunan ng Dasmariñas. It's only a single margin of a deficit, but the Monarchs have it in their side.
Projects, plans, play, games! With Smart Only 5G, valid for 3 days. Tuloy, tuloy, tuloy. Simply reliable. For only 85 pesos. With Smart, load now.
Kick Mobile. Download the Kick app, choose your number, activate the eSIM, and own the country's first ever customizable mobile experience. Stay first in line for network priority. Kick Mobile. Download now.
You are still watching the 2025 Maharlika Pilipinas Volleyball Association. Now, it's no question that today is a big game with big contenders for Marikina. Boasting a young but hopeful squad, they're very much eager to show what else Marikina has to offer. Bilang second to the last game na nila ito, pinapaalala ng coaches na wala namang mawawala kung laruin pa nila. It's a good opportunity to go up against some of the country's best players. And now traveling over 90 kilometers to play here for the first time is a privilege in itself, kaya para sa kanila, wala gaanong pressure. They know that Dasmariñas has a lot to lose, and the pressure then shifts to their side if Marikina hands them their first loss of the season. But right now, it's about enjoying their last few moments here. Today, in the absence of veteran Sheena Chopetea due to work commitments, the Lady Shoemasters are ready to step up to give us a good fight. Back to you, Jong and Hans.
Maraming salamat, Miss Fiona Bacani, for that report. And that is exactly what Marikina is trying to show us right now. But that was energy. Even Bahamonde couldn't believe how it was, because that was a power spike. In case you haven't seen one, presented by Smart Power All 99. You gotta load now. Marikina putting up a fight, but Cantada introducing herself in this game. They might be able to get it across or not. An error. Jong, 2 consecutive points for Dasmariñas.
And I think here for Dasma, nagsisimula na mag-init itong Dasmariñas. Here for Marikina, if, say for instance, you're going to give a free ball dito sa Dasma, you need to make sure na hindi mag-first ball dito yung libero, because they can actually just give a perfect ball to the center. You need to make it harder to Dasma.
So far, it's been easy pickings. Even for Jenalyn Jacob, the middle blocker at the line. Very confident in landing those service aces. We saw a bit of that doon sa stats nila nung nakaraang first round. Lero just had to get it up. Bono, back row attack. Finds the left side of the court para kay Escanlara.
And the problem here for Dasma is that, I mean, Hans, itong mga to, I mean, they've been playing since high school. They know each other really well. The familiarity is not an issue. And kita mo naman talaga, the connection is already there. So I think for Marikina, they really need to solidify pa yung communication plus yung floor defense dito inside the court.
Lenguaje goes a little long, and I think that was a pretty solid decision. It just didn't work out for her.
Well, it's not just here. I know that based on the numbers, Marikina will be having a hard time outpower Dasma. So they need to outsmart the play here over Dasma.
And now a timeout is going to be called by Marikina. Let's listen in on Coach Rovi.
Okay? Hey, isa-isayin nyo lang. Sayang yung puntos, error lang natin. Pag ganon, may isa ka pa naman spiker eh, si Celine. Sa akin lang, Okay? Tara! Isa-isa tayo. Manitigita natin.
That was a timeout called by Coach Revi Pio Quinto, putting some more confidence in her girls, as this is already starting to be momentum para sa kupunan ng Dasmariñas. The question is if they can get a point. Look at the back. Martinez, a stable receiver on and off. Lenguaje tried to get it, but Medina falls, and Bahamonde gets another.
Well, you can back, if there's one strength that I think Marikina has, is that okay first reception nila. I mean, for yung service receive nila, I think the challenge here is with Lero. I mean, she needs to create more plays at utakan itong depensa ng Dasma.
We just talked about first receptions,
Yun
and
lang.
unfortunately, that was an ace. Secured yet again nitong si Jacob. Second technical timeout. Dasmariñas leads by 9.
Checks, plans, play, game! With Smart Only 5G, valid for 3 days. Tuloy, tuloy, tuloy. Simply reliable. For only 85 pesos. With Smart, load now!
Kick Mobile. Download the Kick app, choose your number, activate the eSIM, and own the country's first ever customizable mobile experience. Stay first in line for network priority. Kick Mobile. Download now.
Catch all the games live and free exclusively on pusopi.com. Your game, your community. Join now. Also powered by Smart, the official telco partner of the MPVA. Special thanks to our media partners Smart Sports and Puso Pilipinas. This is still MPVA Season 2, battle between Marikina, who unfortunately just committed an error against Dasmariñas, who now leads by 10.
Well, this is a 10 straight points, 10-0 run dito ng Dasma. Yes, it is a challenge for Marikina to score or to outpower Dasmariñas, but at least not commit an error, not commit and give a point here to Dasma.
Tosses it to the back. Martinez caught off guard from that placement, and Bono gets a point.
I think they are, yung mga free balls nila, they are targeting Martinez dito. I mean, they know exactly that Martinez is the key player here for reception.
Everything going their way so far. Make that 12 straight points already. Mula sa Dasmariñas, and those were some errors. Costly. Opportunities din naman sana yun para sa koponan ng Marikina.
But I think that last play is good. I mean, that set from that differential set ni Lero is good. I mean, that mistimed the timing ng blockers and Dasma, and it paid off dito for Balmedina.
Balmedina got something out of that point. Martinez now had the chance. Sa likod, Escalar. Lenguaje kept it alive. Concepcion's gonna do it too. Martinez finds the back for their second consecutive point.
And that's how you do it. I mean, you might experience a hard time trying to outpower itong Dasma, but you know, at least minimize your errors and outsmart them as much as you can.
And those are some breaks that is really a great point para sa kanilang koponan, given that, you know, for Marikina, this is a very young team. And they would love to get experience from one of the best ball clubs that we have, in Dasmariñas is showing them why they are at that level.
Exactly. And sabi ko for Marikina, there's nothing to prove to anyone. I mean, you just need to enjoy the game because there's what at stake here for Marikina. You know what is the takeaways, the learning that they could actually get here over Dasma.
Dailisan, I believe, got the point in that moment. Dasmariñas kept the ball alive quite swiftly. Placement. More of those. Escalar gives out the ball to Martinez. Can't find it just yet. Bono's gonna give it to Dailisan, and what a dive from Concepcion. We have a rally here between two teams. And Bono, still Dasmariñas keeping the ball alive. And on to the other side. Lero goes for the 1-2. Not the most ideal there. Concepcion still there. Longest rally so far throughout the day. Ended. Not just yet. Martinez wanted to just scooch it. Lipat sa kabila, and that is gonna be Sarneche landing on another point.
I like it. You know, it simply means ang Marikina that they can actually defend that volleyball. It's not just, they just need to convert. They just need to find a way to score here contra Dasmariñas. And I like it na despite Sarneche scoring that point, they're all smiling. The Marikina players are smiling because they know that they're giving a fight here contra Dasma.
Getting some more reps in. But that was just too easy. Para kay Dailisan, regalo na naman ang kuha nila. So Mauricio is going to be stepping in as the secondary setter in line to Abigail Pono. Laro had to run for it, so this is a free ball. Mauricio, another combination that worked so well for them right away.
Well, medyo na-miss-hit pa nga ni Cerneche, ni Herlin Cerneche yung bola. But still, a point is still a point, and that hit the line.
As long as it stays in, that is what matters.
Yes.
Cerneche currently has 4 multiple players with a lot of single-point contributions. And Martinez, the captain of Marikina, making a crucial error there.
Well, Martinez she's trying to trick the deceiving the floor defense dito ng Dasma. She's facing cross-court but last minute decided to go for a down the line. Unfortunately, yun nga, ang baba na ng contact when she shift for a down the line attack.
So Lu Chavez is going to be stepping in. An opportunity will be given to Princess here as Martinez goes back to the bench. Tegara tries to deliver it a little softer. Lenguaje had to absorb. Free ball given by Marikina. Mauricio. That was a block. Now it's a free ball for the Lady Shoemasters. How will they take advantage? And that is Balmedina getting her 3rd point.
Those differential sets of Lero to Balmedina, it works. I mean, sabi ko nga, nami-miss time yung timing ng blocker dito. Even though 3 blockers yung sumaway kay Balmedina, pababaan ni 3 blockers before nilang i-attempt na i-block yung palo ni Balmedina.
I'm not going to be surprised if she posts that on her social media page. That was a highlight. That goes in though. Para kay Cerneche, she gets another point for her team.
And one of the trinity of Dasma, Dailisan, Cantada, and Cerneche. And there comes Cerneche scoring another point here for Dasma.
Dailisan serves, but it does not go inside. Marikina gets themselves with the double-digit scoring, and something na pwede nilang baunin dito is how well they've, managed to land on offense.
Exactly. Well, right now, the best thing that Dasmariñas Marikina could actually do. Hindi nga, tinapos na dito ni Scanlar.
Scanlar, queen of the court, from their first meeting for a reason. Quite a solid taking, a dominant finish. Marikina tried to put up a solid fight, but it is the program of Dasmariñas taking in effect, leading to a set 1 victory, 25-11.
Pilipinas, handa na ba kayong mamangha at mabighani sa ganda ng aming lalawigan? Kaya ano pang hinihintay nyo? Samahan nyo akong libutin to. Tara na sa Quezon! Sa katimugang bahagi ng Luzon, matatagpuan ang probinsyang may malawak at mayamang anyong tubig. Maraming lugar ang unti-unti nang nakikilala dahil sa mga nakamamangha nitong karagatan, waterfalls, beaches at iba pang mga destinasyong dinarayo na ng mga turista mula sa iba't ibang lugar. Tiyak na mapapawaw ka sa mga white sand beaches na paboritong puntahan ng mga local at foreign beach lovers. Bukod kasi sa puting buhangin, mapapansin rin ang malinis nitong kapaligiran na plus point sa mga bumibisita. Marami rin ang nabibighani sa nagagandahang rock formations at sa makapigil hiningang mga alon na perfect para mag-surfing. Hindi lang yan, meron ding mga lawa na pwede ninyong puntahan para mag-relax at mag-get together kasama ang inyong pamilya o barkada.
It is a 14-point lead to end set number 1 para sa Dasmariñas. both had some silver linings. We expected Dasmariñas to be in this situation. Pero para sa Marikina, there were some moments of brilliance as well for this team in spite of the scoring being like this.
Exactly. And of course, here for Marikina, you know what, Hans, what works for them is the differential sets na binibigay dito ni Lero kay Balmedina. If that works, I mean, they could actually bank on that. They just need to have a very good reception para masitan yung mga middles natin. And we saw how good Martinez in receiving. So maybe Martinez could solidify pa more her reception. But on the numbers, almost half the point lang naitala dito ng Marikina over the 14 attacks ng Dasmariñas. But you know, more than anything else, I think it is Dasmariñas really showing so much dominance. They are moving really good and smooth. But for Marikina dito, they just need to enjoy the game. I mean, they need to enjoy the game, take a lot of learnings and takeaway as they go with the #1 team here so far in MPVA.
Echoing on what you also said from a while ago, the focus on offense could be on Eloy Balmedina, which is, you know, an unusual thing to say
Yeah.
for a middle blocker because you're assigned on defense for a lot of times. Pero hindi naman ganon kadalasan ang nangyayari. And in fact, this is them just really asserting themselves. Ngayon, itong Marikina team na ito, tila ba mas kumpiyansa na sila dun
Yes.
sa mga bibitawan nila na mga palo kung ano man yung desisyon nila, and they don't really regret what they do here heading into the second set.
And I like it, Hans, even if you'll notice, they're smiling. I mean, they're smiling as if they are not behind by 10, 15 points. And I think that's what matters most here in the MPVA. Of course, we advocate for the development of the grassroots program of Philippine volleyball. And right now, for sure, after 3 months of playing volleyball here in the MPVA, they've learned a lot. This young squad from Marikina, for sure, they've learned a lot.
Again, just like what we're saying, Marikina is a very young team and they'd want to get as much reps as they can. Pero hindi din naman natin maitatanggi that Dasmariñas, building up on the National University program, has been a very young team as well, but has been inserted into so many international tournaments that buffed them, trained them, developed them to be the players that they are today.
And of course, you know, the core group of Dasma, the NU, they shocked the Philippine volleyball by storm in season 85. And nagtuloy-tuloy-tuloy yun. They show us what, you know, volleyball is all about, the strength, the power. I think NU have it all.
Goes out. That's going to be the first one. A point para dito sa Marikina. They will be the first ones on the board. Bridget Martinez now being back on the floor after being subbed out para kay Lu Chavez. Nobody home. Even though Jit was there, she can't make something happen just yet.
And Neche, well, good hit there coming from her not usual position, from the outside position.
She was even laughing it off because it felt so weird siguro. Yung mga ganong klase ng palo niya. But hey, a point is a point. And another goes to the Ilisan and the National University standouts as Dasmariñas leads by 2. Lenguaje just had to toss.
Oh!
Escalar. That's too much power coming from a single player.
At napakabilis ng transition. You see that? Well, just when you thought that Bahamonde were gonna hit that ball, here comes suddenly insert na agad si Escalar. Wow, what a play and what a set there coming from Pono.
Has a good nose for where her teammates are. Itong si Abigail Pono. Dagarat had to adjust. That was great timing mula kay Celine.
Kita mo, Dagarat, if you can see on the replay, adjusting twice on her attempts. Halos pababa na yung blockers when she hit that ball. Good attack there coming from Dagarat. I think that's the game plan here from Marikina, to do a lot of differential sets, to deny, and to miss timing ng mga blockers ng Dasma.
It's a bit of a challenge for them as well. Pero ganun din yung ginawa ni Serneche. Kung timing ang i-adjust nyo, I'll give you a bit more variety.
Well, let's see on the replay. I think the blockers was already on their way down. Yes, mababa na yung blockers nung pinalo ni Serneche.
Para siyang indirect na silin. Ito ba yung ginagawa mo?
Oo, a taste of their own medicine yung binigay ni Serneche doon.
Lero. Tosses it to Lenguaje. Good hands from Pono and keeping the ball alive. And that was a possession that nobody else was.
I don't know actually what happened, but it should be, I think, it should be by bola ni Martinez yata dapat yun.
Serneche couldn't believe that there was nobody else there. And that even worked para sa kanila. And that goes off mula kay Bal Medina.
Masyado na-delay naman ni Bal Medina. Yung timing niya doon.
Dasmariñas very comfortable with where they are as of the moment. And you know, for players such as Vanch Alinsug and Celine Marsh, their services are going to be needed as well, especially for tomorrow, because they face the defending champions in the house where the champions were built.
Well, exactly, Hans. But for this match, you know, despite not having their Ates, I mean, the Baby Monarchs is playing good.
They got it, keeping it alive.
Oh.
Lenguaje with a strong attack, but the wall too strong and undeniable. That was Serneche doing a little bit of everything. Dasmariñas leads by 5.
Projects, plans, play, game! With Smart Only 5G, valid for 3 days. Tuloy, tuloy, tuloy. Simply reliable. For only 85 pesos. With Smart, load now.
Kick Mobile. Download the Kick app, choose your number, activate the eSIM, and own the country's first ever customizable mobile experience. Stay first in line for network priority. Kick Mobile. Download now.
T25 Maharlika Pilipinas Volleyball Association, where, as you can see, this is the Dasmariñas team's playful pre-game scene, including rounds of Nanay Tatay that rookie Harleen Serneche says is all part of their chemistry building. Ganyan talaga kami ka-close at kakulit. Ito talaga ang pre-game ritual namin, sabi niya, adding that whether they're talking about life or playing in the dugout, kailangan may interaction para pagdating sa court, ma-apply namin yung ingay sa labas. Now in college, she knows that this is a different playing field. She says adjustment is a shared effort kung saan lahat mag-a-adjust kasi hindi naman laging perfect ang communication sa loob. Now while there's always pressure to step up in moments like this, ultimately for Dasma, it's about enjoying every game. When she or her fellow rookies get the call, opportunity namin yun, sabi niya. Minsan lang mabigyan ng pagkakataon, kaya gagawin namin ang best namin pag pinasok. Puksaan na. Balik sa inyo, Jong and Hans.
Love the word, Fiona. Puksaan na. This is puksaan sa Quezon. Hindi ko alam kung saan galing yun. Pero yung laro kasi nila, di ba? Yun yung mga tinatawag na may laro ka na, lalaruin mo pa. Kasi kailangan may interaction eh. Kailangan meron kang tinatawag na ingay nga sa loob ng court. And, you know, based on our observation alone, they are loud and just really asserting the fact na, guys, nandito kami. And you're gonna have to pay attention to what we do.
Exactly. And you know, those, sabi ko nga, if you'll notice, Hans, the team who enjoy the most, who playing with so much enthusiasm, most likely sila yung nananalo. Because, you know, it has a ripple effect. Eh. When you enjoy the game, it has a ripple effect to your other teammates.
queen of the court in their
Wow.
last meeting. I'm honestly ready to catch it.
Yes,
Kung umabot
nito.
dito sa akin. But Escanlar, just a force to be reckoned with.
Let's take a look. Well, I could not imagine the power on that ball.
It is 11 serving 4. And Escanlar giving them
Wow.
such a hard time on receiving. And all Marikina could do was stare at that ball go down the floor.
They need to do something about it. And I think Escanlar Hans already identified who is the weakest link here for Marikina when it comes to service receive.
Celine is currently challenged. 3 straight aces from them so far. You know, even Coach Regine, you're looking at her very comfortable. Sabi niya, i-review kaya natin kung ball in o ball out. But hey,
But yun, Coach Regino, just wala tayong challenge here in the MPVA.
that goes in again.
Wow.
How many more? Myrtle Escanlar, 4 straight.
But I want to answer the question, Hans, on how many more. Right now, she has 4, but I think,
Oh yeah,
I think she can do 8 here in the entire match. I bet she can do 8.
I think she was able to do like 1 or 2 nung set number 1. Escanlar already has 9 points. And there it goes. John, did you just...
No,
Okay.
I stayed quiet.
Okay, but hey, that's where it's gonna stop. Pero yung mga ganun, no, yung bits ng ginagawa ng Dasmariñas is one of the reasons why, or the main reason why they are undefeated here in MPVA.
And yung mga strict na ganun, Hans, I mean, the 4 aces na dire-diretso, more than the points, you know, nakaka-affect yun sa moral ng opponent. Here, for now, for Marikina, it is more than the points, the moral that Marikina, that they failed to get that volleyball, that service 4 consecutive in a row. It has something to do now with their morale.
Martinez
Yun.
is gonna squeeze it off the blockers para sa kanilang puntos.
Well, good thing that before Martinez touches the net, bumaba na yung bola. But I think overall, there is something that Marikina need to do, Hans. I mean, it will be a challenge to outpower this Dasmariñas Monarch. They need to outsmart. Lero has a very tall order right now to create a wonderful place here for Marikina.
But that place will be out of bounds as it goes to the other side. So far, it is now so far an advantage for both of the teams as a 10-point lead has been taken care of by their team. And I think from the looks of it, we're going to proceed to our second technical timeout
okay.
before we make it to the service line. It is a 10-point lead para sa Dasmariñas.
Plans, play, game! With Smart Only 5G, valid for 3 days. Tuloy, tuloy, tuloy. Simply reliable. For only 85 pesos. With Smart, load now.
Kick Mobile. Download the Kick app, choose your number, activate the eSIM, and own the country's first ever customizable mobile experience. Stay first in line for network priority. Kick Mobile. Download now.
Catch all the games live and free exclusively on postop.com. Your game, your community. Join now. Also powered by Smart, the official telco partner of the MPVA. Special thanks to our media partner Smart Sports in Puso, Pilipinas. You are still watching MPVA Season 2. We are live and alive here at the Quezon Convention Center at the Quezon Province, the home of the defending champions, the Quezon Tangerines, who will be our third and last match for later as a service error happened mula kay Mauricio from Dasma.
But right now for Dasma, as they are moving as if they are a well-oiled machine. Everything is perfect, you know, even from the services, attacks, And I think here for Marikina, the best thing that they could actually do is to receive that volleyball really well and allow. I mean, Sarte is in right now here for Marikina. Let's see if she can make any difference dito sa offense ng Marikina.
Martinez on point with her digs in this game. Still keeping things alive. Mauricio all the way to Dailisan,
Wow.
but Bridget. Stability given to Marikina until it was no longer there.
And good decision. Good decision dito for Dailisan. She knew that Bridget Martinez just came from a dig, targeting Bridget Martinez once again.
And that was a power spike presented by Smart Power All 99. Load now. The new wave of Dasmariñas showing out against Marikina. Tagarat with some power. But the wall was not bothered at all.
And you know, despite what we just actually see is the big lead na meron itong Dasmariñas. But imagine if you were one of the players dito ng Marikina, it's really hard to play with this big gap hand. So we have to admire these players on showing up, on still fighting despite this big lead.
Palek sets it up. Zipshon puts on the save. Martinez from the back, unable to convert and get it to the other side.
Well, I think that when you're setting, if you're the setter, if you're setting from the pipe to the pipe, I mean, you need to raise the ball a little higher because iba yung timing. It takes a while for the hitter from the back row to hit that volleyball. So medyo kailangan mong taasan pa.
The Garat was disturbed. Sarte's just gonna give a free ball. Mauricio to Salazar. And that was a point from the middle blocker.
Well, obviously, this, again, this is a non-betting game, especially for Dasma. But again, this could serve as their tune-up as they are trying to gear up for the semifinals, I think, in the next couple of weeks.
And this is how you respect your opponent.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
This is how you show them respect, by going all out and 100%, just like how Dailisan unleashed that service ace.
I like the word hands. This is how you show respect whoever your opponent is.
Lenguaje acknowledges the double block. They get another chance. Mauricio to Escanlar. Somebody was home, but not enough to leave the door open. Another Escanlar point.
Yan, Escanlar, parang walang pinagkaibang lakas ng palo ni Escanlar from the front line to the service deck. Both are so powerful.
(22) serving 7. Dasmariñas cruising in the second set. They'll give it to the other side. Sarte tosses it to Liam, who doesn't find the beige side of things.
Well, I don't know if they are not used to the sets of Sarte, but somehow medyo mataas to the usual set yung binabato dito ni Sarte to her spikers, making them look so awkward when they approach to hit that volleyball. It's quite really mataas talaga yung bato.
And that is going to be another point as Tagarat trying to find her way into it. But in the end, it's another error mula sa Marikina. The Lady Shoemasters scrambling for a point here. It's been a while. Tagarat gives it away. Mauricio to Escanlar. What a rejection. How about a part 2? Myrtle will not be denied, as that is going to be the end of our second set. Escanlar doubling up her efforts in this one. 7 points in the second for a total of 11 in this game. What domination mula sa Dasmariñas, leading 2 sets to none.
Pilipinas! Handa na ba kayong mamangha at mabighani sa ganda ng aming lalawigan? Kaya ano pang hinihintay nyo? Samahan nyo akong libutin to. Tara na sa Quezon! Sa katimugang bahagi ng Luzon, matatagpuan ang probinsyang may malawak at mayamang anyong tubig. Maraming lugar ang unti-unti nang nakikilala dahil sa mga nakamamangha nitong karagatan, waterfalls, beaches at iba pang mga destinasyong dinarayo na ng mga turista mula sa iba't ibang lugar. Tiyak na mapapawaw ka sa mga white sand beaches na paboritong puntahan ng mga local at foreign beach lovers. Bukod kasi sa puting buhangin, mapapansin rin ang malinis nitong kapaligiran na plus point sa mga bumibisita. Marami rin ang nabibighani sa nagagandahang rock formations at sa makapigil hiningang mga alon na perfect para mag-surfing. Hindi lang yan, meron ding mga lawa na pwede ninyong puntahan para mag-relax at mag-get together kasama ang inyong pamilya o barkada. Kung ikaw naman ay nature lover at mahilig sa mga thrilling adventures, maraming lugar sa Quezon ang maaaring puntahan na tiyak na ma-enjoy ninyo. Bukod sa mga tourist destinations, mayaman din ang lalawigan ng Quezon sa mga makasaysayang istruktura. Kabilang na ang Tayabas Provincial Capital na ngayon kilala bilang Quezon Provincial Capital. May mga simbahan rin sa
25-11 and 25-7. Dasmariñas proving why they have been undefeated in MPVA Season 2, and Set 2, I believe, was a perfect example, a perfect reason of why the dominance speaks volumes not only up against Marikina but up against everyone as they look for an elimination round sweep.
Exactly. And you know what, Hans, can we just... I want to disregard, not totally disregard, but I don't mind the numbers. You know what's important to me here right now is the character of both. First, nasabi mo nga dito for Dasma on showing respect to their opponents. And here for Marikina on showing up despite those big lead na pinapakita ng Dasma. Yes, Dasmariñas is leading by all numbers, but again, it's more than the numbers. It is about showing respect to Marikina. And Marikina, again, let's admire them. Let's admire them for showing up and playing despite all the adversities right now.
I mean, you're looking at 10 attacks compared to 2. All Smiles is still there. The aces are, of course, you know, statistics, the numbers, sure, it would all go to the side of Dasmariñas. Pero ito, yung hiniling sa kanila ng Marikina. Ito, yung gusto mga ipakita ng Marikina na when we're up against competition like this, ano yung kaya nating mairebat against them. And
I like it.
Set number 3.
And I think Hans, with that kind of mindset, it makes the game more competitive and more meaningful.
That is Dailisan getting another point.
And the duo of Dailisan and Cerneche and Escanlar as well is playing a big role here.
Goes up. Dagarat. Great approach towards that. Cerneche can't find anything.
No.
Dagarat managed to keep things alive. Lipat sa kabila. Tutok malala. Still can't get the point.
Well, that is already a difficult set, but Dailisan trying her best to score a point and convert a point. Unfortunately, medyo nga, too wide on that off speed.
Marikina, during the first half of the set, they're at least able to keep it close. Pero pagdating ng dulo, doon na medyo umaarangkada itong Dasmariñas as another point goes to Salazar.
Exactly. Well, here for Marikina, they need also to start strong here while nagre-recharge pa itong Dasma. Well, what works for them during the first set is the differential set sa binabato nila kay Balmedina, and we need to see more of that here in the third.
That was Dagarat with a power shot. Coming alive is a silver lining from them during their last
Yeah.
game.
Well, I've actually talked to the coaching staff before for Marikina, and they are really so satisfied with how Dagarat is playing. She's actually a middle blocker, and right now transitioned into as an outside hitter, and right now she transitioned so well as per her coaching staff.
Kept alive by Concepcion. Too long para
Yeah.
sa atake na ginawa nitong si Lian Marcelo.
And Marcelo, nauning approach. She's already underneath that ball when Lero set that ball to her.
Now from Marikina, there's a total of 4 players so far that has scored in this game.
If that is 4 players scoring here for Dasma.
Dagarat can't seem to get it over the net. That's gonna be another point. Pero going back to what I was saying, it's gonna be such a huge momentum booster.
Yeah.
Kung halimbawa ikaw si Marcelo, ikaw si Palek, you don't usually get minutes, pero makascore ka against a team
Yun.
like Dasmariñas. I think
Exactly.
that's gonna boost their morale even more in this game.
And I think I get it now, Hans. And I think that's the reason why despite na lamang kanina yung Dasmariñas for double figures, nakasmile pa rin itong Marikina because the fulfillment on scoring on this highly caliber players is really something.
As Linkin Park would say, right? It starts with 1.
It's that.
Oh,
Kantayin mo na, na-out of tune ako dun eh.
Okay, sorry. Sana
Ah.
hindi tayo naririnig ni Fiona kasi aasarin ka na naman niya. But yes, to a point, it starts with 1. And that goes
Yeah.
out, which means Celine Dagarat has scored not her first, but her 4th
Yes.
point in this game.
And ngayon ko lang na-realize ang gullible ko pala doon. No? You asked me to sing and kumanta rin. At kumanta naman ako. But meanwhile, I
didn't even ask you to sing.
Di ba? And you didn't ask me to sing, pero kumanta ako.
Ikaw na yan eh.
Oo.
Ikaw na yan. Ikaw ang, kung merong Philippine Idol, baka pwedeng sumali ka ulit. Diba? Why not? Here's an attack from Cerneche. Off angle for Lenguaje to even spike that. Escalar. One thing you can expect from Myrtle Escanlar is power. As that was this game's community cam powered by PusoP.com. Your game, your community. Join now. Ayan. Diba? Kanina pa sila humihiling na sana ipakita naman daw sila sa camera. Ito na yun. Maraming salamat for coming by and showing your support. Spike through. Won't happen. Escalar na naman. It was blocked that time. Great adjustment from Dasmariñas, but it goes long. A point goes to Marikina.
Ang ganda sana ng play na yun. Well, as you can see here, Marikina, the defense is scrambling towards the net already. And Jacob, nakita niya there's so much space behind. Yun lang. Too much muscle on that quick.
So Marikina has produced 3 attack points for
Yeah.
themselves. But for Escanlar, she's been like that from the start.
Yes. And I like the spirit of Escanlar. I mean, tahimik lang. I mean, but nothing so fancy. Very technical, I must say. Really very technical. Aside from power, she knows exactly well calculated lagi yung mga palo dito ni Escanlar.
Here she goes again. That goes in. Escanlar. Have you counted that?
I think we can get it in our stats, but I think it's already 5
Okay.
aces already or 6.
Yeah, we're about to find out more about that because we're heading to our first technical timeout courtesy of that Escanlar Services.
Projects, plans, play, game! With Smart Only 5G, valid for 3 days. Tuloy, tuloy, tuloy. Simply reliable. For only 85 pesos. With Smart, load now.
Kick Mobile. Download the Kick app. Choose your number. Activate the eSIM and own the country's first ever customizable mobile experience. Stay first in line for network priority. Kick Mobile. Download now.
Catch all the games live and free exclusively on pusopi.com. Your game, your community. Join now. Also powered by Smart, the official telco partner of the MPVA. Special thanks to our media partner Smart Sports in Puso, Pilipinas. You are still watching MPVA Season 2 battle between Marikina and Dasmariñas, with the latter leading 2 sets with a reception mula sa kanilang koponan. But Marikina left crumbling after that tip-in from Dasma.
And yung run ng Dasma dito, it all starts talaga dun sa mga heavy services dito ni Myrtle. So they need to put a stop. So let's see how well Marikina stop this lethal services ni Myrtle Escanlar.
That was Caitlin Mauricio getting her first 2 points. Escanlar serving the ball like an absolute cannon.
Yes.
It's like this, Jong. I'm gonna explain it to you. Brace for impact. Light it up, Myrtle. Boom.
We like it. Kinabahan ko yun, bro, ah.
That's how it is.
Yes.
And, you know, it's understandable how Escanlar was able to get a lot of this. And I just go back to the program again. You can't develop talent like this with any other program. Just like how NU's been doing it.
And I think NU, well, the core team of Dasma's NU, I think they spent like 15 years to develop these talents. And now they're reaping all the hardships na pinuhunan nila dito sa girls na to.
But going back
There you go.
Yeah. To Marikina, after Balmedina scores that point, I honestly feel like there's a lot of upside para kay Eloy Balmedina. You know, this experience is only gonna help her get so much better kasi she has good reads. You know, the blocks are there. That time, Dailisan scored another point, but you get what I'm trying to say.
I know, and hence what's good about Balmedina dito, I mean, she doesn't need much power to score a point here contra Dasma. She just know exactly where to put that ball. At hinihintay niya talaga, I don't know if Dasma already figured this out, but hinihintay talaga ni Balmedina na bumaba yung blockers bago niya paluin yung bola. Like that, there's a delay lagi whenever she hit that ball. Good eye there coming from Balmedina.
Seems like it is Eloy Balmedina's lucky day.
Oh.
Or maybe she was born for this moment. She is prepared for this.
Definitely.
Na-realize niya na, sila ang mga kalaban ko today. I have to bring my A game. And she is showing what she can do as a dig was there from Eloy. Dagarat.
Oh!
The complete reincarnation of Celine Dagarat from being a middle blocker. Now she has bloomed into a different flower.
Wow, I like that.
Yes.
Bloomed to a different flower, but still.
Pwede ba yun? Parang hindi yata pwede yun.
Oh,
And that's an ace!
I think that is the first ace ng Marikina, Hans.
Wait, Eloy scored an ace a while ago, so this is the second already. And guess what? It's a new player in Florentino joining in on the scoring.
Oh, this is an opportunity now. Let's see if mag-differential ulit kay Balmedina. No.
Okay, Dagarat ulit. But they were ready. Instead, it's a gift. Mauricio with the 1-2 play. The bench is happy, and they love the Smarties coming out of the setter.
You know what makes me so happy for Dasmariñas, Hans, more than the respect na pinapakita nila sa Marikina, is that they're enjoying and they're taking this game very seriously, as if this is a non-betting game for them already.
Still good amount of respect.
Oh.
That's a combination play that goes out. And still, there's a block touch, so Cerneche is gonna get that point.
And in all fairness here with Marikina, nakita mo kahit nag-struggle na sila on defense. Smile pa din because sabi ko nga, playing with high caliber team like Dasmariñas really means something dito for Marikina team.
The fact that they got it across is already a win.
Yes.
And Valmedina is not just getting it across.
And you see that smile. Look at that smile from Valmedina. Kita mo, the feeling of was able to score a point contra Dasma is, it's really big time for sure here from Valmedina.
Valmedina gets another ace. It's your lucky day,
Yes.
Eloy.
But I think
What a moment from Eloy Valmedina, It's not just about luck, it's also a mix of her having such good reads with this specific volleyball game and how Lero's been activating her also. 6 points para kay Eloy. Ball kept alive. Dagarat. Andun na naman sila in a combination mula kay Salazar.
napakabilis. I mean, what a play. The transition of Dasmariñas is really quick.
Oh my goodness. Back to back. Mula kay Salazar. A gift that keeps on giving. 16-10. A 6-point advantage. Cerneche serving. Them receiving. And that is Salazar giving it right back.
Projects, plans, play, games! With Smart Only 5G, valid for 3 days. Tuloy, tuloy, tuloy. Simply reliable. For only 85 pesos. With Smart, load now.
Kick Mobile. Download the Kick app, choose your number, activate the eSIM, and own the country's first ever customizable mobile experience. Stay first in line for network priority. Kick Mobile. Download now.
We're still here at the Quezon Convention Center, and there is a lot of people who came over and are watching us today. Maraming salamat po sa inyong suporta and for the warm welcome here at the Quezon Province para sa inyong MPVA Season 2. The team that they're rooting for will be here in a bit. And that was Myrtle Escanlar getting yet another point in an unlikely fashion. It came from an off-speed attack.
Exactly. And Escanar is doing everything. I mean, from the service deck to the attack line, taas pa din ng porsyento.
Pero goes for yet another one. An attack comes through. Dagarat. Ball returned to sender. Cerneche will be getting another point. Cerneche now in double figures as well. And she's been a stable option, but all smiles. Still from Marikina. Let's hear it from Coach Revy.
Pag di kayo nag-block, mukhaan kayo. Sa isa lang yan, malayo pa yan. Kaya nyo pa yan. Okay? Sipagan nyo lang yung defense. Blockings nawawala ah.
You know, if you're not looking at the score, or kung tatakpan mo yung puntos ng dalawang teams na ito, it's a very light mood para sa
exactly.
Marikina. You know, no pressure, just play the way that you want to, which is a really nice effort from them.
And they like it, hands, because they're enjoying the game. They're smiling despite this big lead.
That is another attack mula kay Salazar. You hear the power, you hear the boom, and you hear a power spike presented by Smart Powerall 99. You gotta load now. I saw that one coming, Joe. I just knew.
And I think right now, Hans, I think itong Dasmariñas, they need to give a birth certificate to W to a win because anak na nila yun. I mean, they've been collecting W's since September, I guess.
But hold up. Tagarat just wanted to go for it. An attack right then. Cerneche, a rare mistake. And you know, one thing that we see from Marikina is their immediate response or immediate improvement. Kasi kanina, nakarating na ng 20 ang Dasma. They still haven't reached double digits. But now, it's a completely different story. We're seeing some signs of brilliance from the Lady Shoemasters.
Exactly, and I think this is what matters most, especially for Marikina, more than winning the game, is the learning that they could actually get here for Dasma and reaching double figures, Hand, 11 points. So it is really something for them na yes, they can, na kaya nila.
Pero hindi natin maitatanggi that Myrtle Escanlar has been absolutely brilliant.
Oh, yes.
So far sa laban na ito, it seems like Marikina struggles to find their footing, whether she's at the service line or even at the front lines. I don't think we saw her as much with backline attacks, so maybe that's something that she can still work on, or baka hindi pa siya komportable. But either of the two, so much power.
Well, talking about the pipeline, that could be a surprise into the semifinals or into the finals ng Dasma.
Lenguaje had the idea in mind. Just couldn't get it to the other side. As another point goes to Dasmariñas.
And you see here, Escandar, despite leading the points, I believe, here for Dasma, still, look at the focus of Escandar here. I mean, as one of the, I must say, seniors already for Dasma and for NU. I think that is something na pwedeng gawing inspiration dito natin mga baby Monarchs.
Nobody home to get the set in order. As Sarte can't find their footing there.
I really admire the discipline of these girls from Dasma. I mean, despite this big lead, kita mo, the commitment pa din on blocking. Kahit hindi kalakasan yung palo or kahit free ball, the commitment ng blocking ng mga blockers natin for Dasma is really good.
Celine Garat's now going to be stepping out of the ball game. Cerneche at the service line. What a serve from Harlan. Lenguaje can't find. That time Escanlar was stopped. Second try, a little softer. Back to Cerneche.
And Cerneche, I mean, even though she's at the back, she could still be an option dito for the setter for offense. I mean, she's been doing that since high school. She has been trained in Bahrain on doing that. There are a lot of plays for Cerneche on pipeline attack. So for sure, she can still be utilized kita sa likod.
Just so much power from Escalar and Cerneche at the service line. Another free ball for them. And another quick that works. Para kay Hako, but para sa Dasma as they are now at match point.
Good recognition here for Mauricio. I mean, she's activating all of the players here for Dasmariñas after she replaced Pono in the second set.
Now 24 serving 12. And that is going to be Harlan Cerneche finishing it all off for yet another win para sa kupunan ng Dasmariñas City Monarchs. A solid outing from them in spite losing, or not really losing, but having the absence of some of their star players. It did not matter. It was inevitable for them to dominate against the Marikina Lady Shoemasters.
A valuable program, Hands, that have been passed through generations and generations. Still really very effective here. And right now, kita natin Dasmariñas still immaculate, still flawless here in the MPVA.
An unscathed record mula sa Dasmariñas City Monarchs as they look to maintain their #1 spot. Depending on how the third game is
Oh,
gonna go,
yes.
because tomorrow it's 1 versus 2 to end the elimination
Wow.
rounds once and for all. And knowing this, Vanj, Celine, Shaina Hardio, they're very happy with this win. They get a lot of rest and they will be ready for tomorrow.
Tomorrow is surely a big game here for Dasmariñas. That could be a preview of the finals in tomorrow's game. So let's see.
And what better place to hold it than here in Quezon Convention Center. At the end of it all, 25-11, 25-7, and 25-12, all in favor of Dasmariñas as they sweep Marikina.
Pilipinas, handa na ba kayong mamangha at mabighani sa ganda ng aming lalawigan? Kaya ano pang hinihintay nyo? Samahan nyo akong libutin to. Tara na sa Quezon! Sa katimugang bahagi ng Luzon, matatagpuan ang probinsyang may malawak at mayamang anyong tubig. Maraming lugar ang unti-unti nang nakikilala dahil sa mga nakamamangha nitong karagatan, waterfalls, beaches at iba pang mga destinasyong dinarayo na ng mga turista mula sa iba't ibang lugar. Tiyak na mapapawaw ka sa mga white sand beaches na paboritong puntahan ng mga local at foreign beach lovers. Bukod kasi sa puting buhangin, mapapansin rin ang malinis nitong kapaligiran na plus point sa mga bumibisita. Marami rin ang nabibighani sa nagagandahang rock formations at sa makapigil hiningang mga alon na perfect para mag-surfing. Hindi lang yan, meron ding mga lawa na pwede ninyong puntahan para mag-relax at mag-get together kasama ang inyong pamilya o barkada. Kung ikaw naman ay nature lover at mahilig sa mga thrilling adventures, maraming lugar sa Quezon ang maaaring puntahan na tiyak na ma-enjoy ninyo. Bukod sa mga tourist destinations, mayaman din ang lalawigan ng Quezon sa mga makasaysayang istruktura. Kabilang na ang Tayabas Provincial Capital na ngayon kilala bilang Quezon Provincial Capital. May mga simbahan rin sa probinsya na malaki ang ginampanang bahagi sa kasaysayan ng ating lalawigan na nagsisilbi ngayong bulwagan ng pananampalataya ng mga Quezonians. Makikita rin sa Quezon ang ilang mga ancestral houses na nagpapaalala sa mga naging buhay ng ating mga ninuno. Siyempre, hindi mawawala sa ating kultura bilang mga Pilipino ang pagkain. Tsak na mapapa-food trip ka sa mga masasarap na pagkain na iyahain sa inyo. Samot-saring bersyon ng mga pagkain, putahe, seafoods at lutong Quezonian ang matitikman ninyo. May mga nakakatakam na local delicacies na pwede rin ninyong matikman. Habang nagsasalo-salo, ma-enjoy nyo rin ang panonood ng iba't ibang Philippine folk dances na handog ng mga kabataang Quezonian. Ngayong papalapit na ang summer, bukod sa mga magagandang tanawin na gusto ninyong mapuntahan, isama na rin sa inyong bucket list ang pagbisita sa mga bayan sa lalawigan upang maranasan ang iba't ibang festivals. Saksihan ang masigla at makukulay na kapistahan sa Quezon. Patunay na ang ating lalawigan ay tinaguriang Land of a Thousand Colors. Mga pagdiriwang ng pasasalamat sa masaganang ani at pagbibigay pugay sa mga magsasaka sa ating lalawigan.
It is domination secured by Dasmariñas as they are 1 win away from sweeping the elimination rounds, from being 14 wins and 0 losses. They are currently at 13 and they are a step closer to doing that. There were a lot of contributors towards this game and making the win possible, but I believe it was Harlin Cerneches stepping up, doing a little bit of everything para sa Dasmariñas.
Exactly, where Harleen Cerneche really very consistent from the service line, even from the pipeline, kahit hindi siya attackers. Not only that, ganda rin ang depensa dito ni Harleen Cerneche, making it so easy for the attackers to score a point And with that contribution, she is the queen of the court in this match.
Solid performance. Harleen Cerneche is on your screens right now together with their courtside reporter, as all smiles for Harleen together with Fiona Bacani.
Ayan, so kasama nga po natin ngayon ang ating Queen of the Court, none other than Lot Cerneche. Lot, congratulations! Alam kong very emotional itong win para sa'yo, especially kasi first time mo mag-player of the game in the collegiate scene. So congratulations once again. Ngayon, in the absence of your ates, gaano kahalaga itong pag-step up nyo, lalo na kayong mga rookies, para sa panalo ng Dasmariñas for today?
First of all po, syempre po pag nila-line up po kaming mga rookies, tinitake advantage po talaga namin yun para po magkaroon po kami ng experience din. And syempre po para magkaroon din po ng rest yung mga ates. And since big game po kami bukas, so kailangan po talaga namin enjoy yung moment na magkakasama kami. And nandyan din naman po yung mga ates to guide us.
At talagang wala kayong sinayang na moment on the court. Alam kong kahit every point you celebrated, kahit hanggang dito, napakasaya mo, which is so nice to see. And you did mention a big game nga bukas. Tomorrow, you'll be facing the defending champions dito sa home court nila. So anong mga preparations ang kakailangan ninyong gawin para ma-secure itong clean sheet for the elimination round?
First of all po, siguro yung mindset namin, agad-agad, physically and mentally, dapat prepared kami. And about naman sa home court naman, hindi naman importante sa amin yung audience. Kailangan talaga namin isipin lang kung ano yung nangyayari sa loob, yung presence of mind namin, and nandyan din yung mga coaches to guide us, pati na rin po yung mga ates, nandyan din naman po. And kung sino lang po yung ila-line up, go lang po, bibigay lang po namin yung best namin.
Ayan, and that's definitely what we're expected to see from the Dasmariñas City Monarchs. Ngayon naman, Lot, meron ka pa bang gustong batiin muna bago tayo mag-goodbye? Mga friends, family, supporters na nanonood ngayon.
First of all po, nagpapasalamat po ako kay Lord na nagkaroon po ako ng experience na makapaglaro po today, and to everyone na nagsusupport po sa amin every game and kahit saan man pong liga. Thank you po. And hi, Kyle!
So thank you and congratulations once again, of course, to Lot Cerneche and the rest of our Dasmariñas City Monarchs big game tomorrow. So don't forget to stay tuned for that. But for now, it's time to turn it back to you, Jong and Hans.
Maraming salamat, Fiona, together with our best player of the game, the queen of the court, that's Lot Cerneche, providing enough smiles, pizzazz, and poise dito sa kanila naging laban in a sweep against the Marikina Lady Shoe Masters. We're gonna run it a little quickly as you're starting to see some of the familiar faces already heading into our last match of the day. This is quite a very momentous win para kay Lot Cerneche. Sayang naman yung aura na blur din kagad. But hey, here are your Smart's Power to Place, brought to you by Smart Only 5G. Only 85 pesos for 3 days. Download the Smart app and load now. I'll give you the floor. Go ahead and say what you want to say about this match.
Well, for me, Hans in general, we are maybe so fascinated with the strength and the power of Dasmariñas. But you know what? I really admire sa Dasmariñas, especially with the NU core teams, that their character. As per Cerneche, I mean, imagine the caliber of play that they have still. They are still very open with learnings. They're still very open sa learnings that their athletes could actually give to them. I think that is something that made them separate on as the rest of the players that we have here in the MPVA. And I think that what make them really extra great players.
At meron talagang rason kung bakit all out at 100% yung mga manlalaro na naglaro para sa araw na ito. It's because, you know, for players like Lot, for players like Myrtle Escanlar, they don't usually get a lot of opportunity.
Yeah.
And now, nandito sila, whoever the opponent is gonna be, they're gonna always show to Coach Carl and Coach Reg na, coaches, this is what you get pag pinalaro nyo ako. This is what
like
you know, this is the advantage. This is the upside of having me on the floor. Sure, merong mga manlalaro na obviously mas matatanda, mas veterano, mas ate, and they are still in the spotlight. Pero games like this, tournaments like this are gonna provide a lot of experience para doon sa mga manlalaro na bago pa lamang sa eksena, yung meron pa mga konting kaba, to be a little bit more confident in their way of play.
And I like it that they are using this platform, I mean, to showcase their talent. And right now, we've seen another great talent in Harleen Cerneche.
That was a sweep with Harleen Cerneche being our queen of the court, as they prepare physically and mentally for a possible sweep in the elimination rounds tomorrow. At ang kanilang mga kalaban, mamaya ako na sasabihin yan because the match statistics are already on your screens. The numbers are there. We've talked about Dasmariñas, but what about Marikina? How well have they performed in this game?
There's nothing to be ashamed of. I mean, there's nothing to be ashamed of if you're Marikina. I mean, for sure, they've learned a lot in this match contra Dasma, and the best thing to do now, Hans, is to translate that learning in their upcoming games into the next season of MPVA and do your assignment. Be a great player. I don't want, the experience that they have had here in MPVA to put into ways, and for sure, magagamit nila yan as they mature as a player.
Major shoutouts to Alay Balmedina for her performance today. It was pretty solid. The timings and the reads were there. And still, Dasmariñas will be facing off against more of what is about to happen. In fact, they will be facing Quezon Tangerines tomorrow. But for now, the Tangerines will face the Arellano Lady Chiefs of Binyan Tatakjel. In behalf of our courtside reporter Fiona Bacani and my partner Jong Panerio, my name is Hans Galeria. We will be back for more MPVA action.